You don't get to.
Hey everybody, welcome to On the Spot. This is our weekly show where we tell you about all things Sacramento Comedy Spot. My name is Brian. It's good to see everybody. I see some people in the chat. If you have any questions or, I don't know, suggestions, feedback, whatever you want to do, put it in the chat. We'll discuss it with you. I'm going to go directly to the co-host of the show and our guest for today. I'm having a hard time communicating. That's okay. We're just going to click over. It's Casey. It's Adara. It's me in the middle. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you two?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a little, if people who have watched for a while know that this office, when we first moved in, we didn't know how to turn on the AC, and it was like an oven. This was the oven. This was the oven. And today, it is working. I did hit the thing, but it is a little sassy warm in here right now.
Yeah, sassy warm. My friends watched some of our older interviews, and they're like, yeah, you did mention how hot you were in those.
Yes, thank you. I have some announcements and everything. Adara, you said you had something?
Yes, I do. Okay.
Okay.
I just did my 50th show on stage at the Comedy Spot.
Whoa, that's crazy. That was so fast.
Yeah, Helix, you can rip through them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it happened this weekend. We were on a show together. It was really fun.
Oh, man, that was a really good show. The
really good
Workplace Woes and Wins show. Mm-hmm. It was so much fun. I booked it again for July.
You should come see us. Yeah, there was a moment on stage when somebody in a scene did a pattern that wasn't the original pattern, and I loved it so much that I wanted to do it. And then I saw that the person who set it up had left the stage, and so I did a pattern, and Casey very kindly supported me in my moment of crisis when I was like...
You weren't trying to start something new?
Well, no, when I did the Tamagotchi bit, I was riffing off what somebody else had done, but she wasn't there to complete it, and you completed it for me.
There. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I really appreciated your support in that moment.
I got you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All those 90s toys that don't belong in the 80s basement.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good times.
Hey, Casey, I'm going to have you move your mic like really close to your face.
Okay.
It could be that it's one of those glitches. Can you do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 test?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that's clear. Okay.
Okay.
Whew, all right.
It is like right there. Now I'm doing one of these. Everyone gets to see all my chins.
Oh, stop. I'll stop. Yeah, that show was fun.
It was very fun.
Really fun. Are you both able to be in the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All
July
right.
12th, come see us. And then a Summer Blast variety show afterwards.
Yeah, that'll be a really, really fun
Hoot
show
and a holler.
too. And I was cracking up because the first show we did, this past Saturday, like the first stories were about just people having sex at the office, and it was pretty funny. It was a fun way. It was a fun way to start the show. It was pretty relaxed. It was really fun. We had a good house, which for adding it to the schedule in like 3 days before, it was pretty good.
We had a lot of pre-sales. Yeah, you almost took the show completely off the rails and said, we're just going to tell stories about the Comedy Spot the whole night.
Yeah, I was like, no, let's get back to it. All right, I have a couple of, by the way, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that is awesome. 50 shows. How many shows have you done, Casey?
I have no idea.
Lots of.
Counting just Comedy Spot?
Yeah.
I joined in 2018. So
Lots
6
of.
years of shows. It's been lovely.
2 million shows.
No.
Let's see. So Ryan is on here. He said, "Whoa, congrats, Adara. That's also a cool shirt." Like your shirt, yeah. And then,
wait, is that Ryan King or a different Ryan?
Ryan King.
Oh, cool. Hi. Just wanted to know who's talking to me.
Probably should be good. And then Dennis is on here, and he said, "Heck yeah, congratulations." So,
thank you.
Very cool. All right, I have announcements, plural. Number 1, starting in August, the Comedy Spot we're not going to be in this space anymore. Mm-hmm. We're moving to a new space just down the street. And it's going to have an office and a classroom, which means we can do a couple of things. 1, we can have more people in here, and it won't be so sweaty. 2, we'll have a classroom so we can have rehearsals and more classes that we're going to add to the Comedy Spot. The one that I'm really excited about is I have someone pitching me a puppet class where they're going to teach like puppet comedy and how to build puppets.
That's dope.
I like it.
So I'm super excited about that. And then we're also going to kick off a brand new live stream improv show. So it's an improv show just for live streaming. So it's going to use all the bells and whistles of Twitch, and we're going to really go after a Twitch audience. So if you don't have Twitch, you can still see it here, but you can go over there and it might be even a cooler time. But we'll still be live streaming to Facebook and wherever we else. Oh, YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah. Wherever else is on there. Okay, so that's that. What's the other? Okay. Oh, this right here. So we made it into Sacktown Magazine's Best of the City 2024. Nicely done. You can go into the article. It's got a bunch of different things in here. I don't know if I'll be able to pull this.
What page is that?
Oh, I will tell them.
Great.
It says best place to wing it. We are not. We don't have plans to do wings at the Comedy Spot,
No.
but it just talks about our improv classes. It's page 84.
Okay.
84. So if, you can buy this, or if you're just in a grocery store around town, you can go over, open it, take a picture of it, and then tag Sacktown Magazine. There's
Page 84.
There's a lot of cool things in here. I was really like super grateful to be included. I just sent the writer a nice message and said thank you. So
Nice.
anyway,
Cool.
that's it. That's all I got. Just that. New office. The new office is almost 3 times as big as this one.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
So many room for activities.
So many room for activity. You could just roll. We're going to start.
I think you should do an inaugural barrel roll through it just to show.
Show how big it is.
Yeah.
All right. So that's all the business and the talk and the things. Adara, you're going to interview Casey today,
Yes.
which I'm super. Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, we had Kat on last week, and I didn't get right on editing the video, but it is edited now. It is posted on YouTube, so go and watch that from last week. I also posted it in the fan Discord. If you haven't joined our fan Discord, there's a link in the description of the video. You can go do that and check out all the stuff that's happening over there. So, you ready to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you that have never watched before, we have this live show, so if you want to ask questions or whatever, make sure you put them in the chat, and I'll ask them after the interview. But we use this and we chop it up so we can put it on social media. So I'm going to disappear. You're just going to hear my voice for a second, and then I'm going to go to a little card. Oh, and then just when you're done, you could just say, thank you, Casey, for joining us. I think that's the note that I forgot to give you, and I'm giving it to you live.
So you don't want me to just awkwardly stare and smile?
We just both lean out.
Goodbye.
Until you're out of frame.
Yes.
That should be perfect. Or you could just say, thanks for joining us.
I got so many options. I don't know which one I'm going to choose.
Okay. All right. I'm going to hit the little card here that helps me find this later on. That's the one. And I'll count you down. 3, 2.
Casey, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello.
You are in Riot this upcoming weekend. It's at 7:30 p.m. What can you tell us about the show?
So the show is this coming Saturday at 7:30. If the month has an odd number to it, there's Riot the first Saturday of that month. So it typically aligns with holiday weekends, which I only realized this time around.
Nice.
But we'll be here for Labor Day weekend too. And not quite Veterans we hit before that one, but there's your odd months. I ran through the rest of the year for you. So the way Riot works is it is kind of inspired by a short form game called Try That On for Size. And what we do, our premise that we present to the audience is we call it alternate realities. And so 2 people will come out and they'll do some sort of gesture, like let's say they're riding a bike, so they got their hands on their handlebars and they're high knee and looking like they're doing pedals. We do a bunch of scenes, do runs on that, and then those same 2 people come back, same motion, but they have to give a different justification. Maybe now they're stomping grapes at a winery or something more fantastical. But you have that same repeat motion, and it's a relationship provided to us from the audience and a location where that relationship doesn't typically get seen. So you might see, we've had like a museum curator and a patron and they're at Subway, and that's going to start that first scene, and then it just kind of runs from there. And it's a great team. It very much predates me being here, so it's cool to be able to join. It's fast. It's such a fast, silly show.
Yeah. I've worked it a couple times and it's very funny. Yeah, because you can just like rip through things. And yeah, all of the people on the show are very enjoyable to watch. And there's kind of a fun, like, giddy energy, I would say.
I would say so. And yeah, because it can move so fast. So chances are you can get your idea out there. But chances are too, because it's a smart team of people. Yes. They're going to pick up on what else that could be. So that's pretty fun to see your ideas get shared and kind of have that mind meld moment on stage.
That's very cool.
It's a damn smart team. We got a couple doctors on there.
Whoa.
Right? It's a high flying team. Some great seasoned improv vets on there too. So it's really cool to have that mix.
That's awesome. Okay, so when did you start at the Comedy Spot and what has been like your improv journey?
Okay. If I move chronological, I could tell you more about my improv journey.
Yeah, please.
First. Okay. So when I was in high school, my senior year, so this would have been 06, 07, I had a very dorky job as a student. And I was the NorCal representative to the Student State Board of the International Thespian Society.
Okay.
I tell you, dorky. It was amazing. And it was an elected position, so like it was cool. And so I got to go down to LA a handful of times over the school year. And we would lead leadership trainings with other kids. And
Whoa.
And then we would put on state conference at the end of the year. And it was like, I got to meet Lawrence Fishburne and like sit next to him at dinner at like 17 and just not die of fangirling. And so when we were at this like couple-week get-to-know-you retreat over the summer before that school year, we went to a local improv show. And it was a short-form show. And my chaperone, who's my theater director, was a couple rows behind because they put all the kids right in the front, which I'm sure these adults, looking back, it's like, oh, you're so generous to let all these kids sit right in the front. And I'm sure we didn't give them the best suggestions. But they were playing a guessing game. And at one point, they got something, and it was a nonverbal guessing game. So that blew my mind. And then they played stage directions, and the guy faked licking the stage. And we all, being kids, were like, no, do it, you cheater. So he did do it. And we loved the show so much, I turned around to my director and I said, we have to have this. So we got a high school improv team going spring of my senior year. And then went away to college in the Bay. There was a long-standing long-form team there called Improvaholics, and I ended up living with them for many years. And then other improv groups here in Sacramento when I came back after college. And then I'd had a really big surgery, so like I was stuck in a wheelchair and long recovery. And so when I finally upgraded to cane, I was allowed a couple hours a day without a cane. And I used those to take my 101 and 201 and 301 classes. And that would have been summer of 2017. Yeah.
Brian here, producer, weirdly in the background talking. Did you do Comedy Sports for a while?
Yeah.
Was that the other place?
I didn't know if that was appropriate to name them.
Oh, yeah.
So I talked around
that's fine.
it.
Yeah.
So it was a Comedy Sports LA show. And then we saw other improvs as well. But you had to give us venues where you could be under 21 and go when I was in high school. So we did High School League, and it lived through my sister's years of high school. It did disband. And then the Sacramento Comedy Sports disbanded a couple years ago.
Yeah, a little bit before COVID, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, but I had transitioned over. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm going to go back to doing
you.
my thing and watching the screen.
Okay.
Nice.
And so, I had a couple hours a day of like free play, and I'm certain I moved like Frankenstein's monster. But it was really nice, and I met amazing people. Dana, I met in my 201. Kareen, I met in 201. And we had this really big girl group generation come through at that time. And some people have since moved. But it was great. And then did Herald, which predates Helix, and everything people would invite me to. I've gotten
That's
to play
awesome.
on. So it's been really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that was our first show together.
I know.
Last Saturday.
That was exciting.
It was
Get
very
to do it
great.
again on the 12th.
Come see us.
There you go.
Okay, I have more questions.
Okay.
What is your favorite plant? Like, plant.
Not like a plant in the audience. Be like, that guy. My favorite plant. I don't know that I've ever thought about this before.
Mhm. No, take your time. Really
Okay.
savor it.
Okay. Of one that, like, I really liked Jurassic Park growing up. So, like, the really big ferns, not the kind that would be in your
Yeah.
house, but, like, yes, that would overgrow. I always thought
That's
those
great.
were really cool. And, like, there's something kind of cool about, like, well, now I'm thinking, because I like scary movies like a ton. That's my genre. So something of like a weeping willow with a Spanish moss, and there's like bayou water. Like,
Wow.
I don't want one, and I don't live where I can take care of one. But I'm like, that's spooky. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think either of those.
Those are great
Yeah.
answers. Okay, what's your least favorite plant?
I guess I should have anticipated that. My least favorite plant, probably something that would hurt you back.
Oh, so the weeping willow is just for like bad ambiance, but it
No,
wouldn't
no,
actually.
it's
hurt.
like spooky. Like, ooh,
Yeah.
we're gonna watch a good movie if that plant's
Okay.
here. Similar to oh my god, I like plants in movies. I'm so glad I figured that out about myself. But I think, yeah, something of like a poison ivy, poison oak. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay, my third and final plant question. If the movie plants fought the poison oak, which would win?
I think the movie plants have to win because they're bigger.
True.
They've got like a tonal back. There's a mood to them.
Yeah.
Now I'm pulling this out of nowhere. No, they would have to win.
Yeah.
But then, oh my, why did I not think about this? Audrey 2 is a plant. Audrey from
Is actually the intersection of those two things.
right. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so maybe Audrey 2 intercedes, and then it's like, it's okay.
Oh yeah,
guys.
the mediator of the
right.
fight.
And
That's
like, I am the amalgamation of all of you.
the Venn diagram.
And I just love Ken Page, who voiced him at Music Circus a couple summers ago, and yeah, so Ken Page as Audrey 2 will save the day, and then
Thank
the
you,
plants
Ken.
don't have to.
That's
don't have to
great.
fight. He's Oogie Boogie in Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Music Circus is very cool.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to Waitress this summer.
There you go.
Yeah. I actually ran into Mignon at 6.
Oh, nice.
So
I like 6 a lot.
Brian here, voice behind the podcast. Casey, have you told Adara about your connection to?
No.
Do you want to share?
I can.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. Yeah.
To Music Circus?
Yeah,
I
to
imagine?
Music
Okay.
Circus.
So we grew up around Sacramento, so all my life we went. And then Joe and I started dating. We met at Comedy Spot, as was advertised in the show.
Oh yeah, that did come up. I forgot about that.
And then he said, "You pointed off stage to me, but everyone thought you were pointing to Sam, who didn't know you." And so I think it's been assumed that Sam and I are married, and that is not accurate. I wish him the best. I don't know what to say.
In all of his future endeavors.
Right. So Joe and I had started dating, and Joe works in the theater union, and I had gone to see Jersey Boys with my mom, and I hear that, like, please silence your cell phones.
Yeah.
Locate the exit nearest you. Our sponsor, Quick Rack Car Wash, all that jazz. And I realized, I know that voice. I just met this voice because I had met his parents, and I flipped through the damn program. It was his dad's company, and I didn't
Oh my
know.
God.
I had grown up going my whole life.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was a really neat thing that we both loved and we shared, and we actually got engaged at Music Circus. They kind of opened it up after hours for us.
That's awesome.
And we had to, I guess we didn't have to, but we chose to still get married during COVID. So we actually got married in front of the fountain at the Music Circus courtyard. That's where it was legal. And then we had the big party with everybody a year later when things were safe to do so.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
So Music Circus, very special place. We like to take photos in front of the fountain and be like, married again. And just,
That's,
with your
wow.
like beer in your hand or whatever, married again. It's good fun. So yeah, it became a much bigger part of my life than me just being a patron.
Yeah.
But I remember when it was like it used to be a real tent, and this is toasty, but like Brian, you've been there when it was a tent.
Brian here, unseen voice again. Yeah, dude, it used to be a legit circus tent, and it was hotter than it was hotter than hell. Mm-hmm. It was so hot in there in the summer, but that's when they had music circus.
Yeah.
So you would just melt in that venue.
Oh my gosh.
And they would have these like giant swamp coolers around the perimeter because it's in the round. And you would have like your snow cones or your, was it Hagen's or something? And you're just like dying. And because you're a little kid, you're like, I'm going to wear my flower girl dress because it's fancy and it's all polyester.
Sticking to you.
Just everyone's sticky.
All right, I'm
They have
gonna.
AC. It's a real permanent building.
Yeah. It's
okay,
good now.
yes.
It's good.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm signing off again. Bye.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, well, because I feel like also theaters classically, like, you want people to be a little, like, you want the AC to be like on.
Yes.
And this is like the entire opposite of that.
Yeah. So they've since made a permanent building. The AC is so strong that I did wear a jacket during the show this past Saturday.
Nice.
So it's cold, not just like, oh, it's not warm. It's cold, so
It's
you'll be
chill.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, if you had to remove a color from the rainbow, which one would it be? I feel like these are all thematic. I don't know why everybody is laughing.
I feel that there's like some psychology student, and I'm being analyzed with these answers. If I had to remove a color, I don't care for yellow.
Okay. You hear that, yellow? Your days are numbered.
Yeah, you symbolize cowardice, so just go.
And like jaundice.
And jaundice. And I just don't look cute in yellow, so
Yeah.
it can go.
It can, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not a big yellow wearer either, so I support
No.
this.
Yeah, just no. It's-
Okay. Next question.
Okay.
Would you rather be a frog playing banjo on a lily pad or a mouse stirring soup in a cottage? I can run those by you again if you want.
Okay, so a frog playing banjo
Uh-huh.
on a lily pad.
Yeah.
Or is he on the Pirates, right?
Like in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Does that sweeten the deal? He can be.
It just sounds like it. Or a mouse.
Stirring soup in a cottage. Maybe in a little hat and apron if you would like.
Oh. If the cottage is in wintertime, that is more appealing.
Hot soup.
But I don't like soup at all. So
Whoa.
I don't eat soup. I don't like soup. I think it's a sign that I'm ill. And it's like,
Yeah, okay.
it's an admission that I'm
Yeah.
sick. Like, that's a legit truth in our household.
You just like really begrudgingly be like, you gotta give me some
Yeah,
soup.
where it's like, oh, damn it, I am sick. I have to eat soup. Like, it's like I've given up the fight when it's time to eat soup. So I think I have to learn how to play the banjo and
Okay.
live my life as a frog.
That's a frog on a lily pad.
Yeah.
You could wear a bow tie if you wanted to while you did it.
Thank you. I feel like there's a butter churn not far from him.
Absolutely.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
he's just down on the farm or something. And
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, that reminds me. This weekend, one of the scenes in the workplace Woe show was people doing Southern accents. I was supposed to be angry in this scene, but Brian came on with an accent that is technically Southern, but they were doing like Alabama Southern, and he came on with a very distinctly New Orleans accent. And eventually in the scene, somebody has to be like, "You're from New Orleans," because it became so obvious that he was doing a different accent.
Yeah, you had like a Cajun vibe.
Yeah,
to
it was really impressive, honestly.
Brian here, hidden voice of the show. That's totally incorrect. It was the best Alabama accent ever.
And then you sang Dueling Banjos, and then Michael, who plays the banjo ukulele, came on and then just actually started singing a bluegrass song on stage. And I was like, it's so hard for me to be angry in this scene because everybody is doing great things.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And
That was
then
really fun.
The banjo riff that Brian did, was I right that was a Deliverance? That's from the movie Deliverance?
That's what they play on Deliverance.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is the only banjo riff I know.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Ding, ding, ding.
That was my whole hit. That was my whole hit because it was. By the way, Brian here, hidden voice of the show.
So, do you think that people forget in between the last time you talked and this time that you talked?
Yeah, they could have tuned out. They could have put it on pause, and then I'm just coming back.
Hey, don't let me question your vibe. Don't let me. I think you do you, bud.
it should be on like a tote or a shirt.
Brian hidden voice of the pod.
Yeah.
That'd be actually pretty cool. Yeah, no, that was my whole hit was that because it was supposed to be like a hick French Laundry version of French Laundry, and they had already hit like. Did they already talk about Roadkill or something like that? Or I
I don't know.
remember the
We were
hits.
in a callback, so we had already done a whole scene of it.
And I was like, oh, well, it'd be funny if I just played Deliverance. So
Yeah.
And there's always a band at like a guitar player,
Yeah.
or singer at a fancy restaurant. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna go back to sitting here. You guys do your thing.
Yeah.
That's good. I learned a lot about myself in that question. That was funny.
Hey, that's what this show is here
thank
for.
you.
Do you prefer blinds or curtains? I don't understand why this is so funny every time.
Because I so appreciate it because nobody asks. Everyone's always like, how's work? You enjoying work? And you're like, well, that's not the only thing nobody asks these like really fun get to know you and they're accessible. They're not assuming any one thing about somebody. I love a blackout curtain. Like if I can be in the dark and watch a movie or not know what time of day it is as I'm trying to sleep in, that would be that. And there's something fun about
Yeah. I can't use blinds in my house because my cat in the middle of the night.
Yeah. And ours will try to climb up. We have two, and if you open them, then they want them more open, and they attack everything, or they try to dive through them, and one of them is far too big to try to dive through them. He's like 18 pounds.
Wow.
He's not chunky so much as he's big.
Yeah.
His torso's longer than mine. I've held him by the armpits, and I'm like,
Just the longest cat.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cat is 14 pounds. And I go to other people's houses and I'm like, your cats are really small.
What is this kitten? What are they doing?
Yeah. Like her head is really big. And so she's like, proportional. And then I just go and I'm like, these cats, the heads are so small. What are they doing? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So those are my questions. And now we're going to play a game.
Okay.
We're going to play a game, Categories.
Okay.
It's a classic improv game. You give somebody a category and then they list 3 to 5 things in that category. Mm-hmm. And I get, as you have seen from the questions I've asked you so far, it doesn't have to be like candy bars. It can be like places to honeymoon or like bad sock colors or something, whatever you want. Okay, so we can do a couple rounds of that until I guess Brian decides he wants to be back on camera. So okay, cool. So we can think of a couple. Okay, I have a category for you if you're ready.
Okay.
3 of the worst places to take landscape photography.
A biohazard wasteland.
1.
A middle school.
2. You freaking get out of here, middle schoolers.
It's just gross there. A Costco parking lot.
3. That's
There
great.
you go. Yes. And then I can pose them back.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now you can ask me
that.
questions.
Okay. Let's see. Let's do 5 newly invented jobs you would like to have at some point.
Okay, 5 newly invented jobs I would like to have at some point. Best breather. Just pay me for breathing, folks. First class airline reviewer.
Okay. That's a nice one. Okay.
Yeah. Because then I get to go to destinations, but then they pay me to just like sit in. I don't even know how much the most expensive thing you've ever spent your money on. Okay. Okay. I came to my brain, so I have to say it. Diamond Eater.
Okay. It's It's very brave of you. That's
Belly
3.
full of diamonds.
Mm-hmm. I think that makes you some sort of mule, but okay.
Some sort of like spreadsheet captain.
Okay.
I love spreadsheets. This exists, but a train scheduler.
Okay. But it's new for you. So
It's new for me,
there
yeah.
You go. There's
I
your thing.
love scheduling things. I worked at a summer camp and did the staff schedule for like 80 people for multiple summers, and it's
What camp are you at?
at a camp in Massachusetts called Explo.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it was at 5, or should I do
That
one
was
more?
5. If you want
great.
one more, you could do one more. Or not.
Pattern rater. How good are your patterns?
There you go.
Specifically clothing patterns, not
Yeah.
improv patterns.
I like it.
Yeah.
I used to work at a summer camp too. So
Oh, nice.
That's why I asked.
What did you do there?
I started at 14 washing dishes all summer.
Okay.
And then moved on up and was a rec leader, and then I was program director for the last couple of years. So kind of like that, scheduling all the people, and like,
Yeah.
you know, your biggest problem is the 8-year-olds are out of tie-dye and, oh my God, what are we going to do? And someone
Yeah.
has to drive into town. But it was cool. So I
Yeah.
did that for a long time.
Yeah, we had a golf cart that we would drive around solving problems. Have you ever seen the movie Wet Hot American Summer?
Yes. We would watch it
Yep.
every summer,
Yep.
and we would recast like who was who, and
Yes.
yeah. So as I like moved up, I had more like Janine Garofalo's role at the camp, and then that whole idea of everyone wanting to go into town, that's hardcore. Like that happened. You're like, are you fucking going to Kmart? Like, oh
Yeah.
my God, let me go. And
Yeah, the idea, like, it just, I feel like captures the energy of working at a summer camp really well. And the scene where they make the kid take the shower, they like pick up a child and make him take, I was like, that's the realest thing I've ever seen.
and then they run around, like ours would run around with their punch mustache, because we had like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
vibrant red punch, but they'd also be so dirty, and like the chocolate milk mustache would layer over the punch mustache, and these kids like just didn't bathe for the whole session, and they're just like running, and it was,
Yep. Yeah.
we probably sent them home so gross.
Okay,
Yes.
your 3 least favorite sports.
Least favorite sports.
And they don't have to be like, I'm loose
Yeah.
on the definition of
Okay,
sport.
so I was like, oh, now I have to think of sports. 'Cause
No,
I
no,
don't
just like
know them.
activity.
Okay. 3 least favorite sports. Oh my God. Now I'm like, what is a sport? What do I not care for? Archery,
1,
skeet shooting.
2.
No, I do like the one where they ski and then they jump, because I used to do that on the Wii and think I could do it.
You're like, look, it's me.
Oh man.
How do you feel about like water balloon toss?
I think that's fun.
Oh, okay,
I
so
do,
that's-
if we all clean up. Man, I sound adult. Oh man, sports I don't care for, because like the Olympics are coming, so I'm like, what's not?
Yeah, and they'll
interesting to
know if
watch?
you say on this program which one you don't like.
Oh,
The Olympics will know.
they'll know. I don't really watch javelin, I guess.
Okay, so it's so funny because everything that you talk about is like an airborne event.
Yeah, because I do like a contact sport, or the opportunity for contact sport, and so I got invited to go see a baseball game, and I was like, oh, that's nice, and like kind of feeling out the crowd, like, are we diehard fans, are we social fans? Because I'm going to be the social fan, because there's just not enough opportunities for impact, or like, what do you do? Like,
You like a will they won't they touch,
I
but it's
do.
aggressive.
yeah, like a serial murder of the week drama show, and you're like, they're gonna kiss at the end of this, like one of those, but you're like, they're gonna fight.
This ties into scary movies.
I think so. Yeah, I think airborne, I just kind of go, it's interesting, it's a skill, but
Yeah. You kind of lose track of it too. The sky's so big.
I know.
It's hard to see.
It's probably why I struggle with cornhole. The sky's so big, I don't know where it's going.
Okay, last one. What do you have for me?
Let's do 3 Halloween costumes you'd like to have,
3 Halloween costumes I'd like to have.
or like be at some point.
Be at some point. That's great. I think it would be really fun to be a Rubik's Cube. But
It functions.
I don't
Okay.
have the patience, obviously, to build something like that.
I do.
Okay.
Okay. I love Halloween, so like,
Whoa.
I know that's not really a surprise.
No, that does fit. Okay, other things. Oh my gosh, I saw there's like a very classic meme of like somebody knocks on your door for Halloween and you open the door and there's another door and then there's like people behind it that are handing you candy. I think that's really cute. I would do
like
that.
that.
And then I think doing some sort of like traveling band situation where we all dress up like the members of a band and then we all like play instruments and sing their songs. So like we're all One Direction for Halloween and then we just go around singing One Direction songs to people.
So like a caroler at Halloween.
Yes.
I like that.
Halloween caroling. Casey, you're brilliant.
Because yours are about like gifting back or like, look, this is interactive for you. That's good.
Thank you.
I wish Halloween had more of like a spirit week to it, like a whole week of dressing
Oh my
up.
God.
Because I have so many ideas and I'll watch a movie or I'll just like think of something like, we should do that for Halloween. I should do that for Halloween. And I think I've got like decades of my life anticipated already. So it helps because at work we dress up and sometimes the kids will throw an extra couple thematic days in there.
Yeah.
But I came up with an idea at Dana's birthday party and I was like, I think this could be something, but I think it's a cold costume. I would be cold.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So it's like, damn it, it's a good idea. So I was thinking I would be like Rocky Horror and like dress up as Rocky from the boxing movies, but also he's the Rocky Horror Picture Show at the same time.
Like blonde hair, gold, but you're real.
Because I already have the boxer like robe.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And the socks.
Oh,
and
that's
all that.
good.
And then you could do like the eye makeup, but then you also have to wear like the corset and the shorts and just be Tim Curry's character at the same time.
Wow.
I don't know. This is why I need a lot of Halloween.
So like Rocky Balboa Horror Show is that?
Yeah.
Rocky Balboa Horror Show.
Rocky
Gotcha.
Horror. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need like a Halloween in July party.
That would be good.
Yeah. I love dressing up. I love doing like silly things. So yeah, we could have more. I know that Brian has been talking about more dress 'em up days at the Comedy Spot, so that might be in your future.
I like it. It's partially why I teach at a high school because we have Spirit Week. So I'm like, let's go. I go pretty hard for all our Spirit Weeks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if you want to throw more out,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Cool.
More Spirit Weeks.
Yeah. We can. I think that's in the docket. But okay. So you can see Casey this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. for Riot at the Sacramento Comedy Spot. You can buy tickets online. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. And I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're supposed to slide out.
Oh no, you can stay.
Oh,
you don't have to.
I'm sorry. I thought I had to physically move.
No, you get to. We're gonna hang out.
We'll chat more.
Bring up my microphone so we can all chat. I'm gonna bring up my camera so my face is on. Okay, good. I have a lot of comments I want to share.
Cool.
Okay.
I want to say this really quickly.
Yes.
Like the dress up, you were just saying, like we're gonna do a lot more. So for those of you that don't know, like for a lot of our shows, we're gonna really start to, like support the shows where you can come early and do different things or experience different things. So like this week for Genre High, oh man, I can't wait. People are gonna be dressing up at the bar.
You had to get special permission for that one.
I know. We have signs that we're gonna have, like you're in high school. You know all the butcher paper signs that the leadership puts together.
All the Stugov posters.
So we're gonna have that. I have it on very good authority. I've actually listened to it already. That there's gonna be an announcement, like a high school announcement.
Oh hell yeah!
Are you gonna have a 2-minute bell before the show
I can't.
starts?
I don't want to ruin anything. There's so many cool things that are gonna happen. So like that's gonna happen. And for like Murder You Wrote, I want to have a murder mystery you can like solve when you come in. So if you get there early, you can solve the mystery. But anyway, so all that stuff is coming. So I just wanted to say that. And then the other thing I wrote down is that you and Joe probably ran into each other as kids if you went to Music Circus all the time.
I'm fairly certain we did.
Isn't that cool?
And he was also, because his siblings were there too, and they're a little bit older than him. He was a popcorn boy when he was in high school, and I know as a family.
I know you met him.
That's
I'm
wild.
certain we did.
Yeah.
I look at his senior portraits and I do giggle, and I'm like, look at your blonde highlights.
Oh no!
I'm certain we crossed paths.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, Dara, I want to compliment you on your hard-hitting questions
Thank you
today.
so much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And then I think everybody's been in at least one improv group called the Improvaholics at some point.
That's a classic college team name. Oh, we did get hit with a cease and desist in college from Comedy Sports.
Really?
Because we had a red versus blue show
That
that was short form with a Mr. Voice, which is kind of their thing.
That is hilarious. Whoopsies.
Oopsies.
Okay, I have some comments. So,
Okay.
first of all, you had just people saying hi. So, like Lacey, Lacey's on here, says hello. And then also said, woohoo, riots, so fun. It looked like it said riots are fun, like just riots. But the show Riot is so fun, and Casey's great in it.
Thank you.
And then let's see. Shirley had said if
My
they had
mom?
no, not your no. Yes, your mom's here, been chatting the whole time. No, Shirley, who's just on here, Shirley Ward. She would get rid of orange if you had to get rid of one. She said buy orange. And then let's see. Oh, Dennis was confused. He says, "Who's the mystery voice talking?" After you had said,
I'm so glad
"Do
you
you think
clarified.
people forgot?" He was
Good you clarified.
He just had my back. That's all it was.
Kind.
Kendra voted for curtains. By the way, said curtains.
Yeah, I think that would be a pretty clear winner.
Yeah. And then we had Manuel on here from Italy who said hello during the interview.
Oh, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
What time is it in Italy right now?
Oof. It's got to be
Late.
Early.
Early.
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
Wrap around the...
It's got to be the future. It's so late.
Wow.
And then I just liked that you wanted to be a diamond eater. That I highlighted my own comment. I was like, diamond eater, LOL. You couldn't bite. You just have to.
you just
It would just be.
take it down.
You just have a stomach full of
It was
diamonds.
like crinkle, crinkle, crinkle.
Anyway, that's it. Those are the comments.
That's good. Thanks for catching us up on
Yeah,
what
yeah.
we missed.
Yeah, there was definitely people who wanted to put in their own opinions about. Well, Wayne said something about best movie plants.
Best movie plants?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Audrey 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bio.
Bioluminescence?
Bio LLANTE.
Biolanti?
Yeah.
I'm not wearing my glasses.
And Trifids. We're gonna have to look all those
Yeah,
up later on.
Thank you for expanding our brains.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's
Hell
all.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to film your
can do.
shows this week segment?
Yes.
So we're gonna film the shows this week segment. We'll have you sit in the other chair, and then we'll have you come back, and we'll finish off the show.
Okay.
Okay.
got it.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Casey.
Are you gonna do your segment?
No, because I kind of
Because we did it already. That makes sense.
and I'm gonna do it as
Separate video.
movie. What am I trying to say? As reels.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna get rid of me. Oh, I gotta switch over. Got it. And I will definitely click through the slideshow this week.
Okay, great.
All right. Count it down. 3, 2.
Hi, everybody. It is another great week at the Sacramento Comedy Spot, where we have stuff going on every day except for Thursday, which is 4th of July, and Sunday, when we will all be in the pool together. On Friday at 7:30 p.m., we have Genre High, which is a one-act improvised play about being in high school. At 9 p.m. on Friday, we have Capital Punishment, which is an all-out pun battle. Saturday at 7:30, we have Riot, which is a very fun improv show that explores alternate realities. And 9 p.m., we have our headlining show, Anti-Cooperation League, where the audience is interviewed and the scenes are about you. We have open mic night Tuesday at 8 p.m. and Helix night Wednesday at 8 p.m. Be sure to join our Discord, and you can follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/satcomedyspot, and support us on Patreon, patreon.com/satcomedyspot.
Good. That's perfect. That was so simple and easy. Nicely
Thank
done.
you.
All right, Casey, you can come back.
It's been getting easier, which is nice because I do it every week, but some weeks I'm like, I've never heard a word in my life before.
All right. I think we're
Okay,
framed
great.
back up and ready to go. Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
I have to say this weekend was some of my favorite shows or just moments this week. Like we did the 4-person You the Musical.
Oh my God, it
wow.
ripped. It was really good.
Yeah, we only had 4 people in the cast, and the show was super fun. And
I really liked it because the storytelling was like really nuanced and like kind of emotional. I was like, you're like getting into it in this show.
Yeah, I literally was doing this at one point when it was when Sam did his big solo at the end.
Yes.
And it was just big and emotional, and I was just like, yeah.
They did a play within a play during a show, which is really impressive to organize in an improvised show. Yeah, there was like a romantic plot line. There was like enemies to friends, but like it was nuanced and complicated about how do you become friends with somebody that has been mean to you, and like sharing it was like, and it was also really funny. I almost
did a duet with myself because I was playing a bad person and a good person at the same time. And I kept running to be the same character.
Classic runaround.
The Jekyll and Hyde musical has that. The song's called Confrontation, and you duet with yourself.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to look this up.
There's tape of David Hasselhoff.
I can't wait to see this. Yeah.
And it's pretty dang funny because, like, his hair is, like, slicked back on one side, so he's a bit more like 3/4, and then he'll throw it down and be his hide side, and then he throws it back up, and the lights.
That's very cool.
That was really cool.
That's really fantastic.
Yeah, it was a fun show. It was really, really fun. And again, this is our second time that we've had me, Holly, and Kathleen and Sam as the 4 primaries, just the 4 of us. And both shows have like really like been really good. So it was really cool. But it was like that. And then the workplace show was super fun. What was after? Oh, MRI was really good.
Yeah.
It was just a good weekend. ACL was super fun.
Yeah.
Like it was just a really, really, really fun weekend. You should have been there. Or you can support us on Discord or Facebook, or you can support us on Patreon.
Yeah.
And you get free links to see all the shows that we do. You can watch them streaming.
If you want to see the shows that you missed and you support us today, you can go back and click those links. So
yeah, isn't that crazy? People can go back. There's like a catalog at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you heard it here. All of the shows were funny. So what are you waiting for?
I mean, it's not like some of them were bad, but it was just so many good moments. I
laughed
week.
A lot.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And I watch a lot of improv.
That's the thing, right? Like after you watch it for a while, you're like, that's good. Yeah. But this was like, I was in the show and I was laughing out loud over some of the stuff that happened. So it was fun. It was fun. The workplace show was really fun. That was really
We're doing
good.
it again?
Yeah. I was in that show too with you guys.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The workplace show?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know, because we talked about how your New Orleans accent. Yeah. We could talk more about what you did. What would you like us to talk about your participation in that show?
No, it's okay.
Oh, no, you know what we should talk about is your participation in You the Musical.
What about it?
There was a romantic storyline that happened.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a little bit of kissing on stage.
Yeah,
That's nice. Who'd you kiss?
It was just me and Sam.
That's nice.
But we also discovered that Sam and I have kissed in the last 3 Year the Musicals.
What? Okay, I think
magnetism. I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
The volunteer working that night who was taking photos, she took so many photos. She was like, "This show is my magnum opus." Because she just took so many photos of the show.
Justine's the one that goes through all the pictures. She's gonna be like, "Why are there 9,000 pictures of this show?"
I did text her and I was like, "This is what you have waiting for you on the camera." Okay, but one of my favorite parts about that show was the right before you and Sam kissed for the second time, you offered him your cheek and you were like, okay, like we can kiss again, like in case he didn't want to kiss you. And he said, no, we could do full out.
Full out?
Yeah.
Full
he said
out, yes.
and I died laughing because I was like, it was so great of you in that moment to like make sure he was okay. And then he was like, nah, whatever.
Yeah, because the first one he kind of initiated.
Yeah.
Because we were doing something, and just out of the blue, he goes, "What did you want to? Did you want to kiss?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" He was like, "Your face looked like it wanted to kiss me," and then I didn't want to deny it. When I was like, "Yes, I do want to kiss." So I knew that one was fine, but coming back, I wasn't sure if we wanted to keep
Doing
just
it.
rolling out kisses on stage. So I did offer him my cheek, and then he's like, no, we can make this thing happen. So,
Well, because once somebody says the word kiss, then you're like, well, okay, now I know we got to do it.
yeah.
So.
Yeah. But, it's nice to have a cast that, and I never feel differently on a cast, but this one for sure, I feel very comfortable around everybody. And,
Yeah.
And I think everybody knows their boundaries. Like I'm the old guy on the cast, right? And so I would never initiate kissing Kathleen or something like that.
Yeah.
If Kathleen came at it and initiated it,
Yeah.
sure, I'll go along, but I would never do anything to make anybody feel uncomfortable,
Yeah.
So
She and Holly had some really great, fake makeout style where you're just like,
yeah.
Or a good little dip and you turn them away.
yeah.
You know what I've noticed about Holly? I've done this with you though too, Casey.
Okay.
Is because I know you're a very physical player. So I'll have you do physical stuff. Like I'll kind of punk you out on stage,
fine.
but I know that you could do
Yeah.
it. Holly, I think her hidden pleasure is to make me just do things on stage all the time. She had me kneeling, rolling. She told me to do a cartwheel on stage this week, which was never going to happen.
Oh, yeah, because you were like her assistant. So she was like, when I say jump, you jump.
Exactly.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, you set yourself up.
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
When
Yeah.
I say jump, you jump. Oh,
I think I offered that too, and I was like, "Wait a second, this isn't a good idea."
How did this happen?
I like. You know what? We should do a show, and maybe this show will grow and turn into something else. Mm-hmm. We should just recap the weekend shows. That would be a fun show. We can just talk to people and we can call them and have them comment.
It can be part of the streaming show where you're like, this is a reenactment of what happened on stage this weekend.
And then maybe you have Barbie dolls or something to really show.
Little people on sticks and
But
everything.
then, if Dustin's in the scene, speaking of physical,
Oh
he's
my
also
gosh.
he's so acrobatic
Yeah.
that when I say you would have to backflip the Barbie doll, 'cause
Yeah.
Dustin really can backflip
Oh,
on stage,
yeah.
and you go, oh well.
Yeah,
Well done, sir.
every time he does stuff like that, I get really nervous. Did you see the show where he was on my shoulders 2 weeks ago?
I came either right before or right after.
Okay.
And I missed. Oh no, I was next door for a little bit because I had the 7:30 and then the 10:30.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I heard about it.
Yeah.
But you got to stretch because
Yeah.
even when Mickey and I were platonic coworkers
Yeah.
in the workplace woes,
Yeah.
I did kind of oh, that's a little too much shoulder. I felt that in my because I went down too fast.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm still recovering, so
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
quite catch myself.
I was worried about you in that.
I am okay.
Okay, good.
Joe and I went to Thunder Valley after.
Okay.
We were fine.
You guys are fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago I put Dustin on my shoulders because they were building a piece of clothing and I'm like, who are we gonna sell this long ass piece of clothing to? And I was like, answer.
Like two kids in a trench coat.
Yeah, yeah. And
Nice.
so, but we were just one person, but I was just his legs. But then it turned out I turned into two people in a trench coat because he was on there for so long and they kept expanding the scene and not editing that I started to pass out.
Girl, no.
Yeah. So I was like, no, we gotta go. And then they wanted us to stay on longer. And I was like, no, we're out of here. And I had to walk back off and I go running off the stage. And Dustin just hangs on to the part above the stage. And that's how he dismounted. He just hung on to the top part of the stage and then hung there while I walked through the curtain.
my
And then he
gosh.
just dropped off from...
Could not be me. Could not.
These are all the things I tell my students not to do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I know that the paint for the stage might be out of stock until September, so nobody's allowed to touch anything on the stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
You heard it.
I think Tina found a bucket though.
Okay, great.
She messaged
Thank
me
you,
privately,
Tina.
so we might be okay. So yeah, if you want to
Okay.
climb a wall, Casey, or
Okay.
anything like that, you're
at
good to go.
At a different theater, I used to be known for in essence playing hot lava and not touching the stage floor.
Yes.
My whole way. I got really good at it.
Yeah.
So I've looked at ours to go.
Assessed it.
I could do
I
this.
could do that. Yeah, I love stuff I love it when people go out in the audience and climb on chairs and stuff like that. If it's justifiable, if it's just doing it to doing it, not so much. But if it's justified, I love it. Okay, well I think
Good
that's
night.
it. We covered everything.
We did it all.
Yeah, thank you so much.
covered-
This was really fun.
Yeah.
Thank
thanks
you for being
joining
here.
us.
Yeah, we
That's cool.
covered trees and bushes and dressing up. I like that you want to be a Rubik's Cube. That was fantastic.
I think that I think it could work.
Yeah.
Like I see like pieces.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Like
this
one
is-
piece wouldn't work, but all the other ones
Right,
would.
like the core
Yeah.
that goes over
Yeah.
the torso wouldn't move. But
Yeah, we're going to build you one.
Gosh, thank you.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Come and join us next week. We're going to be in the new spot in August.
Yep.
But we'll be here until then. And we're going to be doing a lot more live streaming and videos and things like that. So this is what I've been wanting to do for like 10 years. So
Heck yeah.
it's finally happening.
Yay.
All right. Everybody have a good week. Join us this weekend at the theater. We'll see you later on. Bye.
Bye, y'all.